What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I got to have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me? This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition. Another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, friends and family? How are y'all doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of the chasers in the building. What up, what up, what up? What are y'all talking already? People already getting outed already? Eddie, did you see Pastor Bryant wife out with him wearing a see-through dress? Your thoughts? Out with him wearing a see-through dress. All right, let's see what's going on in the new year. I'm talking about Jamal Bryant. Carrie Bryant, see-through dress. Let's see what's going on out here in these streets. Give me a second. Let me see what's going on. This is her dress. Listen, y'all. Look, bro. No, it's not see-through. It's not see-through. But we know what what they're implying. We know what they're selling. We know what it is that they're doing, and so it's not see-through. It's not see-through. But is it appropriate for a person that is designated themselves as a part of the church, as a leader of a church, as a part of clergy? Listen, these people like to play in God's face and they like to straddle the line between being worldly and being holy. And this is one of the reasons why people don't respect Christianity. They don't respect the black church. Why people play in God's face, and why it's so hard when people try to advocate for Christianity that nobody takes it serious. Why they think it's a game, they think it's a social hour, they think it's a club, they think it's a place for you to be able to go to and be gay in the choir and all of this stuff. So, you know, it's a difference between, because, you know, people can go back and forth and say, oh man, you know, it's not really see-through, it's not really like that. But when you hold a certain position, and this is one of the reasons, you know, a lot of people will say, Anton, you know the word of God, you know, you should probably, I would go to your church if you opened up a church. Well, I couldn't do that because I wouldn't be ready, or I would have to completely transform my presentation, because you have to be the ultimate representation as a leader of a church. You see what I'm saying? So your level of professionalism and responsibility goes up a notch, because you are literally the torchbearer for what the saints are supposed to present themselves as. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't have a responsibility as individual saints to carry ourselves a certain way. Absolutely. But there's always going to be a higher level of responsibility for leadership in any capacity. If you're the CEO of a company, then one of the reasons why they'll get rid of you if you get into a scandal is because you're the mouthpiece for the company. You're the head of the snake. If you're a leader of a church, then you have to present yourself a certain way, because you are literally, you know, the representation, the face of what people see Jesus as. And so you can't walk around like this. And so y'all will say, oh, well, that's the pastor's wife. No, that's a reflection of the pastor's leadership. That's the reflection of the pastor's leadership. And that's why people don't respect Christianity. That's why people don't respect the church. That's why people don't respect you. And that's why I don't respect them. I don't. Honestly, I genuinely don't respect people that present themselves a certain way. I don't, because when you have a position of leadership, with greater power comes greater responsibility. And so the implied thing is that it is see-through, and that's why people are appalled. Now, of course, you're gonna get people like the Ricky Smileys and all of these people that defend it. But man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it 100 this year. These people ain't of God. They not. They're content creators. That's it. They're content creators, and their cloak is the church. And so the thing that the foundation of what they do, it's almost like a political commentator may speak on every issue, but they're speaking on it from the lens of a person that observes things from a political perspective, right? If you get Tucker Carlson to talk about something, because of how Tucker Carlson has presented himself and the type of content creator that he is, he speaks on it from the lens of a Republican, a conservative, a rebellious person when it comes to political party, but you know, wants to advocate for righteousness. If you get a Candace Owens to speak on it, she speaks on it from the lens of a married woman that has conservative values, but don't necessarily reflect the loyalty of what it takes in order to be a MAGA supporter. If you get it from a liberal perspective, you get Don Lemon, right? Let's say Don Lemon. Don Lemon speaks on it from a liberal gay man's perspective that is a former anchor, but not necessarily anything representative of what Black people are supposed to be like. And so it's all across the board, right? A content creator's foundation is how you discovered them, and then they speak on it through that lens. So when we look at Jamal, bro, that's why I say Umar Johnson. Let's say Umar Johnson, right? Umar Johnson is not a real activist. He's a content creator that speaks on it from the lens of selling black people on the idea that they are supposed to go black on black on black on black and, black power. But he's not a real activist. He's a content creator. That's why I don't take what he says serious, and I think he's hilarious. And when me and Slimmy be on Room 9 at night, when we be on after hours, we crack up and we use some of the things that he says because we think he's hilarious. I think he's a funny content creator. And it's the same for these people. These people are not a representation of God. They are content creators that speak on it from the lens of, I am a part of the church and I'm a leader of the black church. That's it. And so these are worldly people. Worldly people that has no backbone, no standing, non-denomination, very worldly, and they speak on it as though they are going to give you some kind of real game on the church, but their lives and how they live their lives is not a reflection of that. It's not a pastor's wife. That's a person that's in the streets. And so I see, I hear women a lot of times in my real life. I hear women a lot of times and they ask me, what do you think on Jamal Bryant? Oh, did you hear Jamal Bryant's wife grab his hand and say, this is my, they ask me that shit. Honestly, of all of the things that people ask me in real life is most irritating hearing people ask me about stuff like Jamal Bryant. Because if there's anything that we need to take serious with all of our flaws in life is that we need to take our salvation serious. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me when it comes to holiness and righteousness. Yeah, everybody got flaws. Everybody got things that they're supposed to work through. But if you can't be a real representation of what God is advocating for the church to look like, then step down. I am not in a position at this point in my life to be that. So I wouldn't take a church leadership position. You see what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with God. Stop playing with God. They want to be in the world so bad. They want to be of the world so bad. All of these stupid podcasts and stuff that they keep doing and all of this stuff. And it's like, what are you selling? What are you selling? You said that's a pretty dress. Yes, a pretty dress for a woman that is out in the world. That's not a pretty dress for a person that's a pastor's wife. That's a pretty dress for a person that is going to, an event and they in the world and they of the world. That's not for a pastor's wife. Yeah, maybe for a banker's wife. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So, yeah, man, I don't support it. This is my first time seeing it, bringing it up. And y'all asked me to speak on it, and so that's what I'm going to speak on. I don't like these people. I don't want to be a part of their crew. I was talking to Corey Holcomb yesterday. We was on the phone. And I was telling Corey, I said, man, I don't want to be friends with nobody, bro. He thought that was the funniest thing ever. He said, man, what are you talking about? What you talking about, Anton? I said, man, I don't want to be friends with nobody. He said, why you don't want to be friends with nobody, bro? I said, because, man, when you friends with people, you can't speak on them like you want to. You can't speak on what's happening. You got to try to pull back a little bit, and you can't speak on everything. You know what I'm saying? Or everybody going to think that, you trading or something. So you'd have to handle it behind the scenes a little bit. I said, as a content creator and as a person that, is visible to everybody and I got to give my opinion on everything, I don't want to be friends with everybody because then I can't objectively have a conversation and be truthful. Only Morale says, when are you going on Corey Holcomb's show? 12th. The 12th. I'm heading out there. I'm going to be on there on the 12th. All right. I'll be out there on the 12th. Me and Corey, we cooking up. So we're going to be working the week of the 12th. I think they do it on Tuesdays. Yeah, we're going to be out there on the week of the 12th. It's going to be explosive. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you is it's going to be. It's going to be explosive. Listen, all I can tell you is this. Nobody can control me. I don't care what nobody think. And part of the agreement of me going on 5150, part of the agreement of me going on 5150 is that I'm going to say what I want to say when I want to say it. And I'm not going to be censored and nobody can control me. So I'll be out there on the 12th. As a matter of fact, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. The best day to join the Patreon is the beginning of the month. So today, I am going to finish porting over every single vlog that I have. And then this weekend, we release a new, very, very brand new, serious. You're going to really get to see what's happening in my life. It's going to be crazy. First live stream that we're going to be doing for the Patreon is going to be on a Wednesday. I don't know if it's going to be next Wednesday. I think it's going to be next Wednesday. First live stream on the Patreon is going to be Wednesday. First drop on the Patreon, first new drop is going to be this weekend. All right. So if you're not a part of the Patreon, if you're not a part of the Bag Chasers, the best day to join the Patreon is the beginning of the month. All right. Don't say I didn't tell you because all of the game is going over to them. All of the game is going over to the Patreon. All right. So it's the new year. I know that everybody is chilling and taking a break. I'm going to be honest with y'all. All I've been doing is working. Somebody in the chat asked me, Anton, what did you do for New Year's Eve? You want me to be honest with you? I worked till 3 a.m. Ask your car. Ask your car. All of the stuff that I was talking about and sending them and all of that stuff. I was working till 3 a.m. last night. That's what I was doing. I was hustling. I was grinding. I was getting it. I celebrated for about 10, 15 minutes at midnight. And then I got right back to the money. I was working I took a nap because I knew I was going to be working late. And I worked from about 7 till about 3 a.m. last night. 7 till 3 a.m. last night. That's what I did. I worked. I hustled, I grind, and I worked, and I was really putting things together. I was really putting things together. And that's what I was doing. I was hustling. All right. So when everybody was celebrating and going to sleep, I was up working and preparing myself. So I don't stop. All right. Housekeeping. Before we get into the show, first thing that I want to talk about is calendar for January. All right. Y'all already know that you already know. All right, so this is what's going to happen. So I'm supposed to go on No Jumper on the 9th. No Jumper is going to be on the 9th. I'm going to be out in L.A. Corey Holcomb is going to be on the 12th. All right? Also, I'm supposed to do Sharp. Sharp is at the end of the month. I think that's the 29th or something like that, right? I think I'm taking Mika with me too. I'm taking Mika with me. I gotta confirm that, but as of right now, I think I'm gonna be taking Mika with me out to LA, and so we're gonna be doing a little. We're gonna be promoting. I'm gonna push him. As a matter of fact, Mika is my first 2026 content creator that's gonna be under my umbrella. More on that later. I'll be telling y'all that on the Patreon. So Mika's gonna be promoted heavily, and so that's the first person that's gonna be under the imprint and the umbrella. And so y'all gonna see a lot of her with me out of town, going on different platforms and stuff like that. And so that's what we do. We push, we push, we push. No, not Shannon Sharp. Sharp that used to be on No Jumper. Sharp got his own out on the West Coast. All right. So we pushing, man. We pushing, and it's all family. It's all bag chasers. It's all money in. I got some people working on the calendar and for the Patreon. Absolutely. And so we doing big things. We doing big things. All right. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Big things. No Jumper, Corey Holcomb, Patreon drops all day long. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun year. Oh, also, Bag Chasers, we're going to have our first meetup in March. March on the West Coast. Los Angeles area. First Bag Chaser meetup. All of this information is going to be in the Patreon. So don't ask me here. It's going to be dropping on the Patreon within the next couple of days after I port everything over. Last but not least, I'm going to do my team retreat. We're going to talk about it tonight. My team's retreat is going to be in Miami, and it's going to be recorded, and it's going to be several different episodes. And I don't know if I'm going to drop that independently or if that's going to be on the network, but I'm talking to some people, and so we're going to see. We got a lot going on in 2026. 2026 is all work. It's work, 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 work. 2026 is going to be work. It's balling and working. That's the theme. We stunting and we working. Stunting and we working. We stunting and we working. Stunting and we working. That's all we doing in 2026. We buying up everything. We investing in everything. We going to stunt, and we going to stunt hard, and we going to work our ass off. All right? Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Y'all ready to get into the show? All right. Again, best day to join the Patreon is the beginning of the year. So if you're going to join the Patreon, you really need to join it right now. Like right now. The link is pinned to the top of the chat for that. Let me read some of the super chats, and then we're going to get started with the show. Heather, what up? Heather says it don't get no better. We just learned to cope, bro. Shout out to my girl, Heather. She says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Be blessed. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Heather, I love you. Thank you, Heather, for supporting me on Cash App. Mike, that dude, already starting off the year. You know what I'm saying? Doing what he do. Shout out to Mike, that dude. Spencer Campbell says, Happy New Year, AD and the Bag Chasers. What up, Spence? What up, Spencer? CEO First says, good morning, AD. Happy New Year 2025. Got my YouTube page back. Time to get locked in. Don't lose it. Don't lose it no more. Snow Bunny Bag Chaser. What's up, baby? Says, Happy New Year, Anton and the Chasers 2026. Let's go. I like y'all. Happy New Year, AD and Peeps 2026. Bring it on, says Chase Barnes. What up? Raymond with the first 50 ball of the year. What up, Raymond Houston? Says, yeah, bro. What up, Ray? Yeah, let's get to it. P Shank 1521 says, Happy New Year 2026. Anton Daniels in the Millionaire Morning Show. What's up, P Shank? Snow Bunny Bag Chaser says, challenge everyone, hit the like. I want to see as many watching as likes. I have faith that we got this. See how my Snow Bunnies hold me down? Best 5150 episode on the 12th to kick off 2026. It's going to be great. It's going to be incredible. I wish I was listening to you years ago, but you here now, says John Lane. Devon Lewis says, "Oh man, you and Corey in the same room, boy. I see a viral moment coming. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, 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 fun times. All right, y'all. Let's get it. So, we got to cover a couple different things before we get to it. The first thing that I want to cover is a New Year's Eve or a New Year catastrophe at a ski resort. Let's check it out.
New Year's Eve celebrations turning into tragedy. Police say dozens of people are presumed dead and around 100 others injured after a fire broke out during a New Year's party at a Swiss ski resort. Now, this on your screen, this was the scene outside as the blaze ripped through a crowded bar in Kron, Montana, one of Switzerland's most exclusive destinations. And this morning, we're learning what witnesses say caused that fire. All right, for more on this, let's go live now to CNN correspondent Nada Bashir in London. Nada, what's the latest on this really sad story here?
Look, Danny, we've heard updates from officials and police as well as investigators looking at this tragic and devastating incident. As you mentioned, dozens are presumed to be dead. At least 100 are said to have been injured in this fire, which took place at a bar at a ski resort, as many would have been celebrating New Year's. Now, according to officials, that fire broke out at around 1:30 a.m. local time. We've been hearing from witnesses saying that they heard an explosion following the spread of that fire. And you can imagine the distress of many who had been celebrating New Year's as that fire broke out. And we have heard some accounts from two witnesses who spoke to CNN affiliate BFM TV, who have said, according to them, in quotes, there were waitresses carrying champagne bottles with sparklers on them, and they carried them close to the ceiling, which caused it to catch fire. Another witness said one waitress was standing on another waiter's shoulders, and the bottle on the flames were just a few centimeters away from the ceiling. Now, important to note that officials have said they have not confirmed the cause of the fire just yet, that it is still very much early in the investigation process, and investigators, experts are waiting for the venue to be secured before they can carry out a full-scale investigation. And as you can imagine, the priority now for many officials and, of course, the emergency services will be tending to the casualties and, of course, the family members and loved ones of those who are killed in the fire.
Oh, man, such a terrible...
That's wild. Wait. Are you telling me that the thing that actually set it on fire, because when I first got the notification that this happened, I was thinking to myself, oh man, it was a big terrorist attack or something happened on that lens or from that perspective or something like that. Are you telling me that the thing that set off a fire where dozens and dozens of people are believed to be dead at a New Year's Eve party, and they saying that the fire originated from sparklers on champagne bottles, that's the thing that take you out? That's crazy, bro. And this is why I stay out the way. I follow my instincts. I stay prayed up. And when it's too many people in the same space that I don't feel like is going to be conducive to my lifestyle, I get up out of there. Every single event, every single year, I stay out the way, bro. I stay out. Man, I'm not about to die from no sparklers, bro. You said it sounds like a hoax and a lie. All we can go off of is what's being reported.
To start the year. All right, Nada Bashir, thank you so much for that report. Appreciate it.
The local police chief provided an update a few hours ago.
At the time I'm speaking to you, all of the injured have been taken care of. We have counted around 100 injured people, most of them seriously, and unfortunately, several dozen individuals are presumed dead. At present, the main street of Kranz is closed for the needs of the investigation.
The British Embassy in Switzerland says citizens of multiple countries are likely impacted by the disaster at the Kranz Montana resort, very popular with foreign tourists. Martin Moyle is a reporter for Blick, a Swiss-German language daily newspaper, and he joins me straight from Kranz Montana. Martin, I know that you've been on the scene for a very long time now. Just give me a sense of what's going on right now. What's the latest in the investigation? How are the police moving forward?
We don't know exactly what's going on concerning the investigations. What we know is that the coroner arrived about an hour ago, and yeah, we assume that they are transporting the bodies away now, but the area is cornered still, and so we can't get any closer to see what's happening, and we have no further information from the authorities. So we still know that we have several dozens dead and about 100 injured people, but there's no more information at this moment.
How far away, because I see that you're on the street, which seems to be cordoned off, how far away are you from the actual scene of where this happened? And what's it like in the town now after this tragedy?
Yeah, you can see the scene behind me. It's about 200 meters direct in my back, but everything is covered with plastic, so you can't take images or so. Everything is closed. All the grocery shop next to the scene is closed, and you cannot pass. You have even problems to pass when you have an apartment in the cornered area. So police is very strict that nobody gets closer to the bar where the fire was. The town is going on. I have to say we have a lot of tourists here because of the holidays, and so we have people passing by, going to. At the end in the morning, they went to the slopes and enjoying the time. So we have two worlds in one place. One very tragic world where we had the fire, and another one, the touristic world, where life is going on.
Yeah, and you said it's a very popular.
Yeah, bro. I that looked like a death trap. Just that right there, that whole scene right here. That looks like a death trap. Man, I'm not about to burn up from no sparklers. Trying to hang out and be cool with y'all. I go to a ski resort out of town, and then next thing you know, I die because a sparkler catch the whole place on fire, and then it becomes an inferno. Nah, bro, I'm not meant to go out that way. I got to go out a better way than that. That looks crazy. That looks absolutely insane. That looks absolutely insane. I just can't even imagine being trapped and burning up alive after partying in an environment with sparklers. I'm not even like the type of person to be in those type of environments, bro. No. I like to get out. I like to get outside and be involved in what's going on out in the streets. That's not me. But I don't want to be in no space where it's too many people and I feel like I can't control the environment, that I can't control the outcome, that I can't control what happens to me or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. It's almost like we have the second instinct, and we just have this thing about us where we're supposed to be able to identify and see things a little bit differently. And we supposed to have an instinct to be able to tell, hey man, this just don't feel right. It don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even go to house parties no more. Or not even house parties, but like, if it's in a certain area or a certain event, let's say, for example, I'll pull up to an event, not like a barbecue, a chilling barbecue or something like that or anything like that. But let's say, for example, you go into like a late night thing where they having a, hey man, we got the kickback going on or whatever. And you pull up and it's a lot of people that know like the hood bars and stuff like that. The hood bars is almost like a trap. It's usually it's usually in one of those storefronts, like those storefront buildings, and it's one square, and it's two ways. It's the in and it's the back door out. And I just can't even be in those type of environments no more because it's too small. You know what I'm saying? It's not safe. It don't look safe. It don't feel safe. I don't care how many people is outside. I don't care none of that stuff. I can't be in that bar. Now I can go to a dive bar on some like, hey man, let's go get some burgers or something like that. But I can't be in no spot like a party. I don't want to be in a party type of event like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember we had every year in Michigan we have fireworks. We have fireworks, and so the first year that I have moved into the corporate spot downtown, it's the best spot in the entire city to watch the fireworks. And so the first year I was on the roof and I went up there and it started getting real crowded, you know, because people in the building was inviting their friends and family and all of that type of stuff. And I had a couple people that came by, you know what I'm saying? We had a couple people that came by or whatever. And it just started feeling a little congested, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, it took me like 3 minutes to just get through the people to get out because I left early. I didn't stick around for the fireworks, you know what I'm saying? I just went down into my building because I went one floor down because I'm right there at the top. And I went one floor down from the rooftop. And so I went into my space and I watched it from the windows. And then I started working on my laptop. And my people came down and they said, oh, we know Anton. Anton ain't never, he always doing his own thing. And they asked me, they said, why you ain't stay up there for the fireworks and watch it up there with everybody else? And I was just like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that I can explain, but it's just like, I don't know a lot of these people up there, and people kept touching my shoulders, and it wasn't the type of environment that just made me feel comfortable. And so I always follow my instincts. That's the first thing that I learned as I was coming up. And I made a lot of mistakes by not following my instincts. And you know how you get in those situations where you be like, man, I should have listened to what I was thinking. I should have followed my instincts. I should have followed my first mind. It's one of those type of situations. And it may be nothing that happened, or I may not even know about anything that happens, but I can't be in a space where I feel like I can't control the outcome, where I would have to wait for everybody else to go. When I go to the basketball games, everybody know I come in the second quarter, or I come when the first quarter is already started, midway through the first quarter. That's when I get to the arena. As soon as the fourth quarter start, I'm out. I never, unless it's like a special situation or a battle or overtime or something like that, I don't care who there. I don't care if LeBron and them come there. I don't care if Steph come there. I don't care none of that. 9 times out of 10, I'm not sitting in the line to get into my spot where I park at so that I can go into the arena. I go right in. And this is what you pay for. Let me tell you what people with resources pay for. People with resources, they're not paying for exclusivity as far as like, oh, I'm the who's who. They're paying for access to get in and out faster. That's what they pay for. They don't want to get caught up in the bull. They don't want to get, caught up in the crowd and all of that stuff. So I usually come where I don't have to worry about no traffic or nothing because I know everybody is already in the arena. So I'm there midway through the first. That's when I pull up. I go right in. I know who is who. I know what exit I can get into. I'm at the, I get straight to the floor. I'm at the game. Usually like before halftime, I usually go maybe a little bit before the halftime start. I'm back in the Comerica Club so that I can get my food. I'm chilling. I'm kicking it with people. I go back out. I watch the game, third quarter, almost midway through the third quarter. That's when I come back out. And then, fourth quarter start, halfway through the fourth quarter, I start seeing the outcome of the game. I start saying my goodbyes. All right, man, I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to check out with y'all later. Beat the traffic, get the fuck up out of there. That's how I move. That's how I move. Anything other than that, I don't feel comfortable. I know a lot of y'all want to be all in the mix and stuff like that. And good for you. I've lived that life already. That's one of the benefits and the beauties of getting older. The benefit and the beauty of getting older is that you lived it, you experienced it, you survived it, and then you can get wiser. And so I don't need the same type of energy over and over again. I did that for years. I did that in my younger years. Now, I just want to go and enjoy people, kick it with people, have a good time, meet who I want to meet, network effectively, and get up out of there. And when I buy my season tickets, I know for a fact I'm only going to go to 15 games. I know for a fact I'm only going to go to 15 games. It's 41 games in a season. I'm probably going to give away at least 10 of them, right? 10 or 11 games. That leave me with 30 games left because, you know, I give them out to business associates. And then, of course, I got to give some people some stuff for Christmas and their birthdays and all of that, right? Then the other 15 is, you know what I'm saying, it's just not going to align with my schedule. So that's going to be another group of them. And then I'm going to probably make 15 games. And then and if we make the playoffs, which we number one in the East, so we will, then I'll allocate for the playoffs and then I'll move according to that. But I'm not, get me up out of there, bro. I'm probably going to go to 15 games and out of 41, it's a business expense. And then we keep it moving from there. All right. Prayers up for all of the people in the ski resort and all of that. I appreciate y'all. Your Detroit Pistons. Somebody said, am I a Detroit Pistons season ticket holder? You must be new here. Make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Best way to join the Patreon is the beginning of the month. Let me read a couple of these super chats, and then we're going to continue with the show. New year, new day. ESDC. What up, ESDC? I appreciate you. ESDC says, Happy New Year, AD and the Bag Chasers. Thank you for holding me down, ESDC. Also, 781 Shad says, gotta invest to progress. Let's get it in 2K26. Toriano says, what up, AD? First of all, thank you for getting me off the Democratic plantation. Joined the Bag Chasers last month and ready to run it up in 2026. Shout out to my Chasers, man. Zeno says, rejoining the Chasers a bit later, but good morning and Happy New Year to you, AD and the Bag Chasers. Everyone that's here, I see great things coming and many goals getting achieved. Evolution is brewing. Trey says, the government needs to put a pause on federal taxes until this fraud is under control nationwide. Gov be on our ass if we don't pay taxes. Oh, I don't even want to talk about taxes right now. Oh, my God. I don't even want to talk about taxes right now. All right. Before we get into this Minneapolis fraud, I also want to have a conversation about what happened yesterday. Zoran, don't mess with the Zoran. Zoran Mamdani got sworn in as New York City's first Muslim mayor yesterday. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Look who's there. Getting sworn in by Letitia James. Norbit!
Norbit. 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 Norbit.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. All right. Come on, y'all. We got to focus. We got to focus. We got to focus, y'all. All right.
Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year to all of you. And I can't think of a better way to usher in 2026 than to be amongst family and friends and to inaugurate the man who will bring about a new era of progress, promise, and prosperity for New York City. Zoran, I am so proud of what you have accomplished, and I'm filled with joy about what we will accomplish for our beloved city over the coming years. And so with that, let us begin. Please repeat after me and raise your right hand. I, Zoran Kwame Mamdani,
Zohran Kwame Mamdani,
do solemnly swear
that
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the office of
the Mayor of the City of New York
the Mayor of the City of New York
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Very happy to be here. Okay.
It's such a pleasure to have you.
Please sign your name.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And
I've
may
never
I
watched
ask
this
for your
before.
$9 final
You may
fee?
ask for my $9. There we go. This should be exact change.
Excellent, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much. And the last thing, would you please sign the book? Thank
Absolutely.
you, Ali.
Thank you, Mr. Najmi.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so you're going to sign the first line here. You're going to put today's date, your signature.
Print or sign right here?
Oh, could you do both?
Okay.
Thank you.
Do I leave that for you?
We need that for me.
Okay.
Okay, it is now official.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's the honor of a lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for everyone for being here. Happy New Year to New Yorkers, both inside this tunnel and above. And I cannot wait to see everyone tomorrow as we begin our term. This is truly the honor and the privilege of a lifetime. And after just having taken my oath to become the mayor of the city of New York, I do so also here in the old City Hall subway station, a testament to the importance of public transit, to the vitality, the health, and the legacy of our city. And I can think of no better moment to announce our new Department of Transportation Commissioner than this. So I would ask Mike Flynn if you would please join me. It is an honor to have Mike here alongside me. Thank you all so much. Now I will see you later.
So, the New York mayor is officially Zohran Mamdani, who was not born in the United States of America, who is a former rapper, has never actually had a regular job ever before in life, and is an admitted democratic socialist. It's a lot of things that our ancestors and even our grandparents and our great-grandparents wished for that they never thought that they'd see in a lifetime. I remember back when, when I was in the 90s, I'm an 80s baby, the 90s raised me, and we used to think that we would have flying cars. I heard that China got flying cars. I remember when they said, man, by the time y'all graduate in 2000, we're going to have flying cars. It's going to be like the Jetsons. Took us another about, 25 years for us to start really embracing artificial intelligence. But eventually we got there. We're a little slow in society, slower than we think. And I remember where my grandmother one time said, on my father's side, she said, oh, no, we never going to have a black president. No. And if that ever happened in my lifetime, we wind up getting the first gay black president. And when he was elected at the time, he didn't seem like that because he sold us on a completely different narrative, and we were in shambles. And so, all of the black people voted for him based off of the fact that he was the first to get there. But never in my lifetime did I ever believe, nor did I think that we would get to the point where we have somebody that is not born from the United States of America, a Muslim, a socialist, a rapper, jobless, ascend in less than a year to be the mayor of the biggest, most impactful financial city in the United States of America. Sworn in with a fake smile. Never in my life did I think that this would be a thing. Never of all the things that I thought I would see in my lifetime, I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime, bro. Real talk. Of the biggest city in the United States of America. It's wild. It's wild. Somebody said this is no different than Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can make the case for that. I thought that was wild also. I never thought that I'd see the governor. I never thought I'd see the governor become the governor of California. I didn't think that I would see that either. But that was at a much earlier time in my life because I wasn't an adult. I didn't think that I didn't really have as much interest in some of the social issues that I seen. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is a huge advocate for America. Arnold Schwarzenegger, let me tell you something. And like looking back on things, you know how we look back and we say, what the fuck was we thinking with Obama? Why would we ever elect him? When we look back at Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's not a bad person. Like, he's a huge advocate for America. He holds people accountable. And he says, yo, these migrants, if they don't appreciate the opportunities that came with the United States of America, you need to be held accountable. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have Arnold Schwarzenegger or Gavin Newsom? Would you rather have Arnold Schwarzenegger or Gavin Newsom?
As the clock struck midnight, Democratic Socialist Zoran Mandamni was officially sworn in as mayor of America's largest city, where he plans to make his anti-capitalist agenda a reality. Our next guest warns those ideas are nothing new and have failed many times. So what does it mean for America in the midterm of 2026? Fox News contributor James Freeman joins us now. James, you got this piece out and you're right. Well, it's eloquent, but tell me really what the point is here for Zoran Mamdani. He goes down to the subway station. Is he trying to say that he's bringing New York back to what it used to be or turning it into something new?
Yeah, thanks, Joey. I think he's trying to say he's going to somehow return public transit to its former glory and generally expand city services. But the metaphor he's just created is really something. You see him there underground. This is a subway station that has been abandoned for the last 80 years. It was one of the original subway stations. And then when they brought in new cars, there was a dangerous gap, so they could no longer use this platform and closed it down in 1945. So dated, obsolete, dark, dingy is kind of a nice description of socialism and the misery it's caused over the last century. Let's hope, let's hope this isn't some kind of sick sense of humor for him, but maybe it's kind of a way of lowering expectations. But they should be very low. These are policies he's promised that have failed all over the world and in New York City as well. We've had some form of rent control for roughly a century. We know this doesn't work, and I think the hope for those of us in this city is that the institutional restraints on him slow him down a bit, that he maybe has a...
Look at his socialist promises that they put on the screen. I got to get one of these little curved boards that they got going on over here, but I'm going to do that. That's changes in 2026. Freeze the rent, city run grocery stores. Oh my God. Both of those is dumb. Social workers to replace police. That's a little extreme. Obviously, free buses, $70 billion of debt to fund affordable housing, a $30 minimum wage, and $65 million on transgender care.
Change of heart and
come on, man. Come on, bro. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy, bro. But this is the world that we live in. This is the places that we've decided to call home. And the people of New York City overwhelmingly. Did you know that New York City's population is only 10% black? Did you know that New York's population is only less than 10% black people? I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that less than 10% of New York City's population is black people. So you can't even blame black people on this one. Because not only are we only a fraction of the population, we don't even really turn out to vote like that. Yes, we don't even turn out to vote like that. Less than 10% of the over 8 million people in New York City are black. That's the truth. And of the 10%, less than 10%, a lot of us are still in the projects. And over the last couple of years or the last few years, we've had a black mayor who seemed like he had Tourette's. And now we have a Muslim mayor. White people have been pushed out. Ain't that crazy? White people have been pushed out. And y'all are trying to tell me. And even when you do get a white person in office, most of the time it's going to be a white woman before it's a white man. In the biggest cities of America, because they're trying to tell me about white privilege, even the governor of New York is a white woman. The governor of New York is a white woman. The mayor is a Muslim man. If you go over to Los Angeles, the other biggest city, black woman that looks like a lesbian. New York, Muslim man not born in this country. Chicago, black man with a mohawk and a multicolored beard. Crazy. This is the craziest thing that we've ever seen in the world. This is life. Three biggest cities in the United States of America, and they're all diversity, equity, and inclusion the fuck up. And y'all want to tell me how powerful black people... Listen, it wasn't a white person in Zoran Mamdani's swearing in, and you probably can't even get into the administration unless you have some level of transsexuality, alternative lifestyle. You got to get some skin in the game, baby. In order for you to be successful, and a lot of these places in the United States of America nowadays, you have to have some skin in the game. And in order for you to get some skin in the game, you're going to have to get some dirt on your shoulders. You got to be a black lesbian. You got to be a white liberal. You're going to have to be a woman. You're going to have some color on you. You're going to have to pick a different religion that's not from the United States of America. You're going to have to be an insurrection. You're going to have to be something. You got to be something. For you to be a person that is a straight white male or a straight black male that is conservative, it is impossible for you to get into any elected office and to have some sense of, and I'm talking about the major cities. You're talking about Houston, right? Houston just, they went back on theirs. They said, let me get this man in there because we went broke as a city. Detroit did the same thing when we went broke. We had black mayors and shit for all of the time that we was here. And then they said, you know what? We filing for bankruptcy, so we're going to go ahead and get this white man. We're going to go get this white man that comes from corporate America, and we're going to make sure that we get him to fix the city. And after we fix him, we're going to go back to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're going to go back to the firsts. You know how we like first. The first female gay mayor of Chicago, and Lori Lightfoot. You say, well, what about being the right person for the job? Holly. We don't live in a world, and that's what Trump is trying to change. That's why he got rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion. He said we want to go off a merit-based system. We don't live in a world where it's a right person for the job. You got to be liked, baby. And in order for you to be liked, you're going to have to get your skin in the game. You got to get skin in the game. Right person for the job. What do you think? This is the 50s, 60s, 70s? Are you crazy? Right person for the job? Get the fuck out of here. That went out the window as soon as we got feminism. That went out the window as soon as we got feminism. And now they don't even say, listen, black people, let me tell y'all how stupid y'all are. Because y'all next. You don't even realize that you next to be replaced. There is no civil rights movement. There is no affirmative action. They've done away with it, and they've replaced it with people of color. Y'all so dumb. The one thing that y'all had in birthright citizenship, listen. You pushed out the game, baby. White male conservative, black people is next. Black women are next. You getting pushed out. You don't have, listen, the people that have the most rights to this country, you out the door. You don't even realize it. You next. You're next. That's why they don't say black people. They don't say African Americans. African American is a term that has been outlawed in this country, and you don't even realize it. Have you noticed that if you say you are African American, people look at you funny? They look at you like, oh, you're a part of the MAGA. You're African American. What? Why would you wear anything with an American? Why would you wear an American bikini, American flag bikini? African American is just as bad as saying a white male heterosexual. Black people have been pushed out for people of color. And you don't even realize it. You sitting here playing the game, acting like, oh, no, we're all part of a group. You're not. They don't respect you. They don't look at you as great. They don't give a fuck about you. There is no inclusion. And they use you as a poster child in order to be able to get into the game so they can take everything and steal. And see, all of these programs and stuff, let me tell you something. They were set up to give black people opportunity. Other people came in and stole it and scammed their way through it. So everything that you thought was allocated and designated to pay for in a form of reparations, opportunity, because y'all died. Think about this for a second. Dogs being sicked on you, can't use a certain water fountain, lynched, killed, fields, cotton picking, castrated, destroyed, everything that you've ever went through. You are disrespectful to your ancestors because this is not the America that they envisioned for you. White people are a disappointment to their ancestors because this is not the America that they envisioned for you. White and black people are more similar than they are not similar in the United States of America. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Because at least we had the war. At least we fought with each other. At least we had some furniture moving in this bitch. We got history. Because you can respect your enemies, right? At the very least, you respect the person that you went to war for or that you went to war with. Hey, fuck you, bitch. No. What you want to do? You square up, and after you fight with the nigga, you say, you know what? All right, I see you. You held your own. You held your own. Win or lose, you held your own. All right, you know what? Let's figure this shit out because I'm tired of fighting. But if another nigga come in here that we don't know, hey, hold on, dog. Hold on. Who is this nigga? Who is that? You know him? Where he from? So we fought for the land. We bled for it. We died for it. We sat there and we freedom rolled for it. We got our bus. We got people that we can point to. Hey, listen, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they died for this shit, right? We can go back and forth and point to all of these different people, and then y'all let a bunch of other people that's not even from here and say, oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all for warning, clearing the way for us to walk in this bitch, get birthright citizenship that wasn't even meant for us. And we can say, oh, no. Listen. Fuck what they talking about. We people of color now. We people of color now. What do you mean you people of color? The fuck is you talking about? There ain't no people of color. What is you talking about? Who is you? Where are you from? I'm sorry, you an American who? You a citizen? How? Because your parents had you here? What? What? And y'all dumbasses, you got liberal white women that's out of pocket, sitting there fighting for illegal migrants. You got black women over there out of pocket, sitting there fighting for shit that ain't even benefiting from. Oh, we want diversity, equity, and inclusion. Bitch, you didn't even get nothing from it. You didn't even get nothing from it. They wouldn't even forgive your student loans, ho. Didn't even forgive your student loans, and you sitting there on the Democrat plantation. At the very least, at least tell me you independent. God damn, you ain't even got to be Republican, but at least you got to be independent. What the fuck is you talking about? You sitting here talking about I'm a lot. What? You ain't gay. Are you gay? Tell me that you gay. No, but I got gay best friends. They turned all of y'all sons gay. Listen. If we want to keep it 100 in 2026, then we're going to keep it 100. Your sons are gay. Your schools are fucked up. And then here's the cherry on top of it. They let a bunch of these motherfuckers come in here. During the pandemic, they told you 6 feet, no check, nigga. 6 feet, no check. Give me some space. You couldn't even stand in an elevator. You couldn't even open up your own business. If you had a legitimate business as a black person or a white person, they didn't even discriminate. If you had a legitimate business and you tried to open it up, they locked your ass up and they made an example of you. And then the cherry on top of it was this. Check this out. This is how they did you. This is how they did you. The people that actually had legitimate businesses trying to get the loans because they really needed it in order to pay their employees and keep things open, they denied you. You know who got all of the loans? Foreigners. The first wave that they opened up and they said, we're going to let these unemployment insurance and PPP loans go out, you couldn't even get no access to it. If a migrant walk into a bank today and you and a migrant, don't even got to be a white person. Come on. Can we have a New Year's Day conversation or no? If you and a migrant that is not originally from the United States of America walk in the bank together, remove white person, put migrant, black man, white migrant, walk in the bank together, who you think that they're going to pay attention to more? Who you think they're going to pay attention to more, bro? Nigga, they don't give a fuck about you. They got to recognize you. You're going to have to pull up your stripes. Dog, you already got to be him before you walk in. You got to have some visibility. You got to have some skin in the game. They got to be able to recognize you. They help these niggas get houses. I seen them helping them get housing. They passed legislation to ensure that there's no hate against Asians. All Asians? You ain't even separate the shit. It's a whole lot of different Asians. You got Taiwanese, Korean, Japanese, Chinese. You got all of these different people. What the fuck is you talking about? All of them? All of them. Like that. Like that. Y'all hates white people so much that you don't even realize that they not even the ones that's really even getting to it. It's more white people on government assistance for food stamps. I ain't talking about the Somali fraud getting $3 million a year. I'm talking about food stamps. When the whole thing was, when all of the legislators was, I seen white people with no tax. God damn it. God damn it. What are they doing? I need my food stamps. I need my food stamps. I seen just as many white people as black people that was on the internet talking about the shit. Guess who I didn't see on there? You hate white people so much. Y'all still over here fighting about bullshit, and they over there stealing their ass off. Make sure you hit a like. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be. Listen. This year is the year of gloves off. It's gonna be gloves off this year. If you're not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description. And here's the thing: I give you the information. You sit there and you get mad at me. Go into any community to try to figure out whether or not they're gonna give you some game on how to get a goddamn daycare up, legitimate or not legitimate. Legitimate or not legitimate, go into any place and ask them, hey, man, how you get funding for this place? Hey, what's your paperwork? Hey, how did you get your grant writers? You got any grant writers, 501c3s? How you get your stuff stood up? How you start getting these government contracts? They not helping you. You out there protesting in the snow, cold as fuck, ain't got a dime to your name, and they not even they'll never, ever, ever, ever in life. They're never going to come together and sit there and work with you and help you get a goddamn dime from any government agency. Boy, they're not going to show you the documentation. They're not going to show you nothing. You're not going to get any information whatsoever. You love them so much, though. You love them so much. That's an abusive relationship. That's an abusive relationship. Let me show it to you. I'll read Super Chat shortly. Let me show it to you. Let's have a conversation. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get into the thick of things. That's what I like to do. Let's get into the thick of things. Thank you to everybody to support the platform. If you're not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. You get way more value over here than you're going to get anywhere else. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Way more value over here than you're going to get anywhere else. All they doing is giving you entertainment. I'm going to give you real life examples, illustrations, receipts, and I'm going to show you how to really get your family in order at the same time. I'm going to help you get to a bag. Let me show you something. Let me help you to understand what's really happening out here. Because you don't believe fat meat greasy, so we're going to have to teach you. We're going to have to teach you. We're going to have to show you something. Let me share my screen. This video, I had to download it and I had to fix the audio because it was really low and it was only on one side of the speaker. But I said, I have to show this to the people. I have to show this to the people because they don't believe that fat meat is greasy. So first of all, we're going to go with two different videos, all right? Two different segments, two different videos. Let me get this asshole off my screen real quick. Give me a second. So, some of you may have seen this video. Some of you may have not seen this video. All right. This video is of a Somali daycare.
My name is Nasrullah Muhammad.
Saying that somebody broke into their daycare and stole all the information. Let's watch the whole video. You may have seen a small clip of it, but I'm going to show you the whole press conference.
That is spelled Nasrullah I'm the manager at Nokomis Daycare Center, and today I want to talk about what happened yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was called by the owner because unfortunately someone came in to our daycare. The cleaner called the owner and told him what happened and the vandalism that happened. The owner called us. Me and another manager came into the scene around 6 a.m. We looked and saw what happened, and we saw that the suspect came in from the back, broke in from the back kitchen, and he also destroyed the wall to come in. As he came in, he broke a door from the wall from Family Dollar from the side. He couldn't, unfortunately, we don't know if that he went in or not, but we saw that it was damaged. As we walked around the daycare, we saw that our office doors was broken into as well. We saw that, unfortunately, there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news. And we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual made this all happen.
So wait, let me get this straight. Let's put this in perspective, y'all. Let's put this in perspective, yo. I'll check it out. Listen. So, investigations into fraud. FBI is everywhere. I'm framing this for you so you'll understand exactly what's happening. The FBI is everywhere. Investigation into fraud. Somebody gets the bright idea to break into your daycare. Now, there's nothing of value in this bitch, right? Nothing of value. No money laying around, anything. They knew exactly what office to go into. And the thing that they decided to steal was the list of the children that is enrolled into the daycare, employee documentation, and so they don't know who the employees are anymore. And they stole all of the checks and the checkbooks that shows any financial information whatsoever of how things have been going. And they don't, listen, they didn't call the police. There's no police report. There's no investigation. There's no detectives. They called employees. The cleaner discovered it. And so they called the two managers. And the two managers came in and looked at it and said, oh, wait a minute. Look in that drawer over there. What do you see? Oh my God, they stole the list of children who was enrolled in the daycare. They stole any documentation to show who the employees that have worked there. And they stole all the financial information from the checkbook. Jesus. And they ran out the door. What the fuck is we doing, y'all? What are we doing? Honest to God. Who in the world believed this bullshit, man? Who believed this? Listen. If you believe in this story, put a 1 in the chat. If you believe that this actually happened, please put a 1 in the chat. And they up there with a straight face. They up there with a straight face, trying to convince us. Man, I could spot this from a mile away. Boy, do you know the type of finessing that we didn't see in our lifetime? You know the type of finessing we didn't see in our lifetime? This is they playing in our faces. They're literally playing in our faces, but that's not it. There's more. And I want y'all to look at the context clues. Look at the people in the back. Gay white man in a blue shirt. Liberal white woman holding a sign. They're always going to be right there next to you. Hey guys, I know that if anything was to ever happen, if I'm down on my lowest, if I ever need somebody to come to my rescue, I know for a fact that I'm always to be able to come back to the liberal roots and get me a good old down bad white woman to hold me down. At my lowest, if everything goes to shit and all my people leave me and I lose my room 9 affiliates and my people, and every black woman turned against me, I'll always be able to shave my motherfucking beard, get off, take my mustache off, shave that off, and get me a down bad white woman to hold me down. You know why? Because they love being rebellious against the United States of America. That's my final play. If I don't have another play left in life, if I lose all my business acumen, if all of my real estate just so mysteriously disappear, I always got a final play. You know why? Because I can always get me a down bad white woman. But she got to be liberal, because the conservative white women, they got standards. The good white women got standards. You got to get you one that done went through some shit. Aging out, roughly 39 to 47. Got some thinning of the hair, right? May have experimented a bit with girls, but wasn't really sure of what it is that they really wanted to get themselves into. Preferably ones that are trying to stay off of drugs, because, you know, they like to fall back into it as soon as they go to the movement festival, as soon as they get an electronic festival. Sometimes they like to fall back into a bad habit. Keep them a job, but just slightly under the threshold to be considered middle class. You know the type. You know the type. down for anything, understands you. Cat hair everywhere, that is a sign. You will always be able to get you, if you are a black man or a person of color, your final play to get yourself off the streets and to get yourself back into reasonable, a house, shelter, something over your head, you will always be able to get you a liberal white woman. They're everywhere. There's plenty of them. So much availability. So much availability. Usually they're the tale of two extremes. Either they big backs or they're extremely, they like to throw up. One or the other. And guess what? They'll go to fucking war for you too. They'll fight your mama. I love him. I love him. They'll go to war. They'll go to war with your family. But I love him. I get it. They'll explain to your mother, because my parents, I know, because they used to be racist, and I left them. I left my birthright. I left everything that I ever had, and I'm here. And I'm here. They die for you. A liberal white woman, they die for you. That's why black men like them so much. It's not that they're better than black women. It's not that they're better than anybody. They're not more greater. They're not more helpful. It's not any of that. It's because it's the easiest to use them as the trampoline to get back on your feet. If all else fails, and any woman that has any standard or preference in her life, if she ever requires for you to pay a light bill, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to get me a white woman. The fuck is you talking about? If all else fails, if you ever require for me to be home on time, if you are ever going to require for me to do the right thing, to have a semblance of peace in this house, if you're going to try to make me get off the video game, fuck what you talking about. I got a white girl over there that'll go and pick me up ASAP. Know exactly where to go get them. And here in Michigan, go to Melvindale, go to Taylor. You can go and get you a down bad liberal white woman that's going to hold you down. Suck your socks off, boy. Now, I don't know if they're going to be loyal as much as you think that they're going to be, but they're going to get you on your feet. They get you some shelter. Sneak you into their mama's basement. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Harper Woods, shout out to Harper Woods, shout out to Taylor, Melvindale, down there in Toledo. No standards. Liberal. Don't understand what's going on. Probably flunked out of school. Had the greatest opportunities in the world. Great father in her life. She was rebellious, though. Wanted to do drugs. Let's continue. Listen. One thing I'm going to tell you is that you're going to get it here straight. I can't promise you that I'm ever going to be politically correct. I can't promise you that I'm ever going to tell you what you want to hear. But I will tell you the truth. I will tell you the truth. That's the one thing that I promise you. I'm going to tell you the motherfucking truth.
We've been receiving hateful messages through our voice notes threatening us for the past couple of days, including one that happened yesterday morning after the break-in. This is frightening and exhausting because this is happening to us Somali communities as Somali Americans. We are supposed to stand with each other and help each other through everything that's happening. This is also sad that a video can cause all of this. I want to say that there are hundreds of daycares out there, Somali daycares that are out there, and we all help our children and everyone in our community. We have high quality daycares, and this is very sad news that one individual who made a false claim about fraud that is happening in the daycares engaged everyone else to come and do this to us. We are not a part of any harmful things that are being said, we have no problem with CCAP, and our licensing has been good. Even the inspections.
This motherfucker.
I want to say no intimidation is going to stop us from.
This motherfucker don't even know how to say licensing. Don't even know how to say licensing. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Y'all going for this shit?
What is happening and upgrading our community. Thank you very much.
And watch who comes up right after him to reinforce what we're not going to stand for. Every time, a white liberal woman that is going to stand firm on supporting. Look at these people. Look at what is happening right there. Look at this shit. Look at the background. Look at these handmade signs. White people, liberal whites are something else. Liberal whites are something else. Look at this shit.
Good morning. My name is Mary Solheim, and that is spelled M-A-R-Y. Solheim.
Look at Mary. Look at Mary. Let's get a closer look at Mary. Look at this. Let's frame this shit so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Look, I'm telling you that I'm accurate. I'm telling you that I'm right. I'm telling you what to look for. This is what you look for. This is it. Take this as a picture and frame it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Let me take a break and read some of these super chats because y'all not going to believe that fat meat is greasy until I actually show you. You're not going to believe that fat meat is greasy. You think that this is a joke. You think this is a joke. You think this is a joke. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to frame it for you. We're going to come back with more. We're coming right back to it. Let me make sure that I acknowledge the people that support the platform. First of all, I want to say shout out to Michael Clean on PayPal. Thank you, Michael Clean, for holding me down. I appreciate you. Thank you for showing support, for the platform. Absolutely. Thank you, Michael King. I want to also give a shout out to, hold on, let me make sure I acknowledge all of the people that support the platform. Shout out to the new Patreon members and the Bag Chasers that's recently joined the Patreon. I see y'all in the building. Yeah. Bag Chasers is in the building. Raspusa James is some wicked work, dog. Shout out to Raspusa. Learn it. Carrington Love Jr. says, yeah, probably 30% of black people vote, and we have nothing to do with Zoran. White people let this happen, and if it wasn't for Southern Confederate whites, this country would have had Kamala Harris. Ain't that something? Spacer says, Happy New Year to the Chasers. Y'all better run it up this year, or I'm still in all of your left shoes. By the way, Anton, what's up with Tesla? The Tesla, y'all want that Tesla giveaway so bad. All right, let me talk to my people. Tony Esquire says, instead of running to Florida and Texas, voters should be required to stay where they're at and endure the results of the politicians that they voted for. Outlander, what up, Outlander? Says, black people were used to defund the police. Now Hispanics are being used to dismantle ICE, and it's never been about racism or rights. It's about power and money. And they'll use any group and throw them away after they serve their purpose. Facts. Thank you, baby girl. Bushwhacker says, muzzle white liberal women in 2026. I support that. Christopher Williams says, black people is goofy for supporting Somalians. When ninjas went down for the PPP scam, white liberals and Somalians was nowhere to be found. Now, it's not all white people. Remember, there's a difference. I want y'all to understand that there's a separation here. We have to separate the good whites from the liberal whites. There are good whites, and then there are some other ones. You can't group all black people. That's why I say black culture is toxic. Black culture is trash. Black people are separate. There's a difference between good people and bad people. There's a difference between good whites and bad snow bunnies. All right? DKGB14 says, new to the channel. Love the combo. Real question. How do we move forward in your mind? How do we do better for our kids? I don't know. Just hope it's still a possibility. It is. I think that it all starts with personal responsibility. The best way for you to do and have an impact is A, get involved, B, get informed, C, start to support the people that is actually on the front lines, your favorite content creators, and then D, you have to remove the beam out of your own eye. We have to be personally successful. We have to be personally responsible for our children. We have to do the right thing. We got to vote. We got to get involved. And so there's so many different ways for people to be impactful, but we have to be the reflection of the thing that we advocate for. That's what it is. Barack removed N and C from the lexicon. Shout out to Empire Foundation 6328. I appreciate you. Carrington Love Jr. says, facts, Anton. I got into a weapon-to-weapon standoff with a Southern Confederate white last Sunday in North Carolina. After being in cuffs, the police let us go, and we talked about immigrants saturating our industries. What up, Molly? We taking over in this bitch in 2026. Anton is keeping it too real and is about to set 2026. Hey, man, if y'all thought that I turned up last year, it's going to be crazy this year. Shout out to my girl. That's my baby girl. Don't y'all ever say a word about Molly. I'm coming for your neck. I think you already knew that, though. Johnny Mac, 81, says, hopefully Slimmy shows up tonight. Oh no. Shout out to Johnny Mac. I appreciate you. Slimmy will be there. Beans and greens, tomatoes, hams. Beans and greens says, NYC Council passed COPA, which gives nonprofits first dibs when property owners try to sell a multi-unit residential building. That is so evil. That is so evil. Knowledge is in the building, says your messaging is spot on. Shout out to Sheldon, Iowa. Shout out to Knowledge. Anthony, what up with you with the super sticker? I appreciate you. Nichelle, what up to my girl Nichelle, says, ain't no way Somalis transitioning from federal funding fraud to property insurance fraud. Right. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are right before our eyes. These ninjas play too much and they got to get up out of here. Tragic says, through my 12 years of living in a DFW, I noticed many other Africans here, not just the Somalians, previously lived in Minnesota like a pipeline. It is a pipeline. You eat, Anton, says Carrington Love Jr. Captain Skid Marks is in the building, says, Happy New Year. It's acceptable to lie at all costs in Somali culture to protect their honor and reputation. You can't believe any of the skinnies. 1999 Red Nose in the building says, dude looks like Diddy. He did. Christopher Williams says they tried us with the fake 50 cent, and that's 50 rupees. El General Delaire says Somali Sean B. Diddy Combs fake crying about it for his handout. Where's the Somali Biggie though? AR's back says, so these liberal fools really dying on this hill. Yes, they are. BJ Skrill, shout out to BJ Skrill, says Somalian Puff Daddy with the Jesse Smollett tactics. Mama says, I hate my own kind. It's because white libs get part of the money. That's why they come with reinforcements, because they want the money not to stop. They destroy not. Built they use. Amazing Disgraces in the building says, when you play team politics, they own you. Happy 2026 says, yo, it's Eric TV. God bless you, AD. Lost a friend in defense. Trump. She was far left. Oh, you lost a friend. She was far left when I said Obama bombed Americans and y'all praised him. Why is CNN trying to make a hit piece on Nick Shirley? Yep, we covered that yesterday. Shout out to Tanisha cooking me breakfast and listening to the morning show. Shout out to Tanisha. Tanisha, are you with me? Are you riding? Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on New Year's Day on the Millionaire Morning Show. I hope y'all got me on the big TV. If you ain't got me on the big TV, the one that's in the living room, the 85 to 75 inch with the surround sound. If you ain't got me on the big TV, Sunny Monique, Happy New Year, Anton, you and your family, Row 9, and all of the bag chasers. Hey, Sunny Monique, tell them to put me on the big TV. Put me on the, oh shit. I got to cuss for this one. Oh shit. It's my rich bag chaser friends that's in the Patreon. If y'all not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. He with the 500 ball. First 500 ball of the year. I appreciate you. Ray Sean in the building. Seat at the table member. Happiest millionaire within 2 years of meeting me. Millionaire Ray Sean pulled up and said 2026 is a year to chaser. It's the year to chaser. Chasers, 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 chasers. Yeah. McGill, Gorilla, the year of the chasers. McGill, Gorilla, the year of the chasers. Yeah. I'm going to read y'all super chat shortly. What up, Ray Sean? Running up a bag over there on the East Coast. If y'all ain't got me on the big TV, Heather Woods, you got me on the big TV, baby. You got me on the big TV while you tripping up Christmas looking all good, trying to get yourself together. I like that shit. Can't wait to meet y'all in person again. Chasers, meetup coming up soon. March, we killing this shit. We gonna run this up. We gonna run up a bag. We gonna get all of the money. We gonna get all of the money. We gonna take control of everything, and we not gonna be censored. We not gonna be censored. Y'all got me on the 65, and I don't care if you put me on the 25. Turn the volume up. That's all I want you to do is turn the volume up. Whatever it is that you're watching me on, make sure you got the volume on 9,000, because Anton from AntonDaniels.com is the best content creator on the face of this fucking earth, and it ain't even no competition that come along with it. Watch this. Watch this. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. I got to show you something. I thought that this was one of the most unique things that I've seen in a long time.
Going crazy, or is this the same guy? Is the manager of the infamous Learning Center in Minneapolis also one of the guys that was dancing in the back of Mayor Jacob Frey's election?
Oh, we're not going to go there yet. We're not going to go there yet. We're not going to go there yet. Let me back up for a minute. Let me back. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself.
From 2 to 10. That makes absolutely no sense.
I've not seen that.
And then there's some reports in the New York Post that all these places have not had children there at all. And then suddenly when these reports come out, now the children have started to arrive. So somebody's hiding something here.
Well, the children were, what the report said, I think, is that the children were arriving. They had parents bringing the kids there for the optics of it. And then like an hour later, the kids left just so it looked like that there were kids showing up to these places. But guys...
Base has been really dishonest. I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but I do feel like what was done was someone came to our building outside of operating hours. When there's a specific sign on our door that says our days and our hours. He came outside of those hours and then claimed, hey, they're closed and they're still making money. They're using taxpayer money to work. And it's like, you don't come outside of operating.
So this is the guy. Pay attention to him. Look him in the face. Understand who he is. Eyes goes in like this, but it's okay. It's okay. I've heard, now I can't confirm this, a lot of people always tell me, a lot of times when people go in like this, a lot of times it may be because of incest, right? Incestuous breeding. I can't confirm that, nor can I deny that. But that is something that has been communicated to me. And so that is what's happening. And then I'm scrolling through my emails last night because this is the guy that's saying that he's the manager of the Leering Center. Of the Leering Center. He's the manager of the Leering Center. No, real talk. Ohio Kimmy is telling me. Seriously. Real talk. I heard that it's a couple different reasons why a lot of times, not all the times, that people's eyes be in like that. Sometimes it's because of incest. Other times it's because of women that are overly consuming drugs and alcohol during their pregnancies and stuff like that, and prior to their pregnancies. And so I can't confirm nor deny it, but that is the thing that I've been communicated. That has been communicated as to why it always is like this a lot of times. All right, but either way. Pay attention to him. He is saying that he is the manager of the Leering Center. They pulled up a bunch of kids, and then the kids left an hour later for optics, and it was pretty interesting, right? But look at this face. Look at this face that is beautiful, that would love to take you out for drinks, coffee, don't even got to go 50-50 with you, would definitely make sure that they would take care of you. Ladies, listen. Hey, baby, listen. I want to take you out. I want to make sure that, no, I'm not zooming out. I'm not going to zoom out. You're not going to force me to. You're not gonna get me to zoom out. Ladies, I want to take you out. I just want to get to know you. Slow down. Ladies. But that's not why I'm zoomed in. Why I'm zoomed in is because I want to sear this vision into your brain. And the reason why I want to sear this into your brain, this is why I wanted y'all to put me on a big screen, okay? The reason why I wanted to sear this into your brain is because I wanted you to see something and pay attention to it. All right, now let's go back. Let's go back to one of my snow bunnies. Snow bunny in the building.
Video, the one that went super viral where he thinks his...
Now look at that face. Look at that face. Do you see him? Do you see that face? Let's get to it.
Constituents in Somali for re-electing him last month. Ibrahim Ali claims to be the manager of the Quality Leering Center and says that there is no fraud going on whatsoever there. He very well may just have a doppelganger who happens to look just like him that lives in the very same city he lives in, or he could be one of the Somali community leaders who is working with local electeds to keep some of these fraud schemes going. But that would just be crazy, right? I could be totally wrong to assume this, but he's got a very unique face and hairline.
Put out a certain message about a certain group.
I mean, he looks so similar to this guy going... I mean, hypothetically speaking, it would make sense that someone running a fraudulent business would have a vested interest in who is in control politically in the city where they are running said fraudulent business. And Jacob Frey is no stranger to simping for Somalia. Hell, he even puts out campaign videos in Somali for
Maaga Egawa Jacob Frey, Doke Magalada, Minneapolis.
And the cherry on top is that Governor Tim Walz, after being radio silent, finally comes out and puts out a statement days later, just a few minutes ago. And what does he do? He blames Trump. Trump keeps letting fraudsters out of prison. I'm curious, do you guys think this is the same guy? Because
it is the same guy. It is. I did my research. I went through it. It is the exact same guy. It is the exact same guy. And we love a good sellout politician. There's nothing like a good sellout white man that is caping for anything that is not best for the United States of America. It is the exact same guy. The same exact guy that pulled up to the Leering Center, is the same guy that is dancing with Jacob Frey once he got reelected to Minneapolis's mayor's office. And this is why I'm saying that all funding needs to be stopped. All funding needs to be stopped completely. Completely. We can't have this. We can't have this. We can't have this. We can't have this. How far does the rabbit hole go? How deep does the rabbit hole go? Listen, this is not something that is just on the surface. This is just not something that, this is beyond jokes at this point. This is real life, straight up humiliation, ritual fraud, playing in our faces, acting like that they on the same level as us. collecting our tax dollars and really just humiliating us and laughing in our faces and acting like it's not even a big thing. I hate this. I hate this for us. I do. I hate this for us. And you know who the people are that should be offended the most? If you go to work every day, I'm in here on New Year's Day, because I love what I do. I've worked at least 80 hours a week, every single week since 2002. Whether it was on my business, whether it was putting in at least 112 hours on my job, side jobs, hustles, businesses, putting my own money up, trying, failing, lost, finally had a breakthrough success, hustle. If you went to college, if you paid your student loans back, if you are a person that absolutely love your children and you have done everything in your motherfucking power to do all of the things that is possible to ensure that your family and that your children are going to be better off than you. If you are a person that was disciplined enough to get through school, got a job, trying to pay your student loans off, paying your bills, taking care of business, taking risks. If you are a person that grind hustle, if you at work right now, for everybody that tunes in to After Hour Show and say that we appreciate y'all for live streaming for 4, 5, 6 hours straight because you getting us through half of our work shift, and I got you for all of my truck drivers that's on the road right now, for everybody that drive overnight, that sit there and say, yo, we love listening to you at night because y'all put in the work and y'all give us value when you keep us entertained while at the same time educating us and allowing for us to participate in this conversation. For every single person that has ever did the right thing, that made a decision and you had a choice to go left or you going to go right and you decided to do the right thing. For every motherfucker that's in a plan, for all of the teachers, for the social workers, for the firefighters, for the police officers, for the public safety people, for the people that defend this country and our military. This is disrespectful to y'all, to every single person that grind and hustle every single day and go and get this shit out the mud. This is disrespectful to you. To you. Because while you out there doing the right thing, they out there taking your money and they playing in your face and telling you that it's all cool. No, we're just being persecuted. The thing that our ancestors, that our parents died for, real persecution, they using it loosely to describe their situation while they riding around in cars that you probably is never going to be able to afford. Not because you can't go and get one, but because you decided to put yourself down so you can exalt your children to be better versions and to be good stewards and to learn the principles and the values of doing things the right way. They will sit here and play like they victims while at the same time taking advantage of the tax dollars that you pay every single day. For every rich person, because this ain't just for the working people, for every rich person, for all of the 1% who create jobs for motherfuckers, who make sure that they pay the most in taxes, they pay more than 50% of the taxes. Do you know that your tax dollars is going to these people that's sitting there playing in your faces? A same nigga that's sitting there dancing in the background. Notice this. How come none of the people that is showing up on these press conferences are even the people that are the owners of the businesses? Notice how you have not seen one owner, not one. There's all representatives, managers, people that work there, pretenders, all lawyers, politicians, white liberals that are representations of what discrimination is looking at. How come you haven't seen any owners pull up and say, hey, listen, I'm legitimate. This is what I do. I actually got children here. Let me bring you in with the cameras. You don't see one person that says that they're an owner of any daycare, home health care system, anybody that's for the feed your children fraud. You see none of them. None of them. Not one. They think we dumb. They think we fools. They think that we're going to be easily entertained by motherfucking Stephon Diggs and Cardi B, that our attention span is so low that we won't be able to consistently have a conversation about what the fuck is going on in Minneapolis. And let me tell you something else. Trump called this shit out a long time ago. Trump called it out. Trump called it out, and they said that he was racist. They said that he was bigoted. They said that he was fascist. They said all of this bullshit. Trump called it point blank period with no filter whatsoever. He said, man, these people is trash, man. They over there stealing our money. They came over here. They come from that shithole country, and they not even doing nothing to add value into the American system. Trump called it point blank with no filter, and you never appreciated him for it because you told him that you said that he needed to be PC. You said that he needed to be careful with his words. Don't call a spade a spade. Don't call a spade a spade. No. It's okay. It's okay. Trump called it exactly for what it was, and the people told him that he needed to be nicer about it. It's 2026. And you don't even know what to do, who to talk to, or how to even get a small business loan that you have to pay back for your business. You don't even know how to get a fucking grant. You don't know how to get funding. You don't know where to get no help. It's 2026, and you don't even know anything about anything business related, how to start a nonprofit, nor do you know anything about what you are supposed to do or how to go about doing it. Somebody said, teach us then. Nigga, what you think I've been doing over the last 10 years? What you think I've been doing? You think I've been making millionaires and getting people rich and giving out jobs because it's just fun to do? What you think I've been doing for all of this time? What you think we've been doing? Why you think they call us the chasers? He knew here. He knew here. He don't know no better. He don't know no better. He just got here. He just got here. Give him some grace. Give him some grace. He just got here. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We got to stop. We got to stop playing this game and acting like everything is cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. Enough of just saying, this is what people said when they first introduced to us the Alphabet Community Agenda. And this is how they got you. You said, oh, it's not my problem. Let's have a conversation. When they first introduced to us the Alphabet Community Agenda and they start turning our sons gay, we said, because we didn't know, they gave us Obama and they said, listen, here's your black savior. Y'all finally got one of your own. And they said, hey, hope is the substance of things. Look, wait a minute now. And y'all said, oh my God. And you threw your panties on the stage. Oh, Obama. Oh. And they gave you the perfect one. Listen, they could not have given you a better distraction to infiltrate your household and fuck up everything that you ever knew was right. They said, how do we get these niggas to get on board so we can go and get this goddamn money? Next thing you know, they said, ho, Schlafstens, things not wishful. Huh. Been listening to Al Green. Oh my God, Obama. And let me tell you how they got the black women. Oh my God. Boy, black women have been behind enemy lines for so long. They said, and this is his wife, Michelle. And they didn't give you the typical Michelle. Oh, no. We're not used to this type of Michelle. They didn't give you white Michelle, because y'all know what y'all say, because they had to kill the stereotype. You know, every black man always choose a white woman when he get to a certain level. They didn't give you the light-skinned Michelle. They didn't give you Michelle Williams. They didn't give you none of that. They gave you Michelle Obama. And she walked out there, and what do y'all call it? This is what the guy told me about it on the other day. She had 4C hair. A good-looking black man who wore mom jeans, who was intelligent. He was an organizer from Chicago. With a black woman with 4C hair named Michelle, nigga, you niggas was out of there. Y'all had no fucking clue what was about to happen to y'all. You had no clue what was about to happen. They gave y'all, they put together the prototype. Give him a black man, but don't make that nigga too light-skinned. Give him a Denzel walk. Show the women that he could have had any fucking woman he wanted. Let him exalt his woman. Make the woman dark-skinned with 4C hair. They're going to go fucking crazy. You'll be able to tell them anything. You'll be able to tell them that hope was all they needed. They didn't need shit but hope. You won't even have to promise them anything. Biden, that nigga had to come back and said, hey, man, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Obama, he knew it was coming. He knew it was coming, and it was the perfect time because everybody was broke at the same time. And the one thing I know about poverty is that it's demonic because you do things that you otherwise would have never have done if you had some money. That's why they have loan places inside of the hood. That's why they got payday advances in the hood, because ain't nobody in their right mind ever going to sign up for 340. Even the dumbest motherfucker that want a Hellcat is not going to sign up for 340% interest. For every $300 that you take out, you got to pay back 60. What? And you got to take out another one just to pay back the other one because your paycheck is late. Ain't nobody in their right mind ever going to take out a 340% interest loan. But when you broke, you do things that you otherwise would have never done because you're desperate. And because we were all fucking desperate. Oh, God. It's fucking toe up out here. We're losing our homes. Oh, there ain't no more jobs. And white people voted for that shit. White people was like, listen. Motherfuck. Bush, you goddamn asshole. White people was like, all right, listen. I know it's a lot of things that I said I wouldn't do in my lifetime, but goddamn, it's bad out here. So we voted for him. We were desperate. We would have took anything. But they gave us the perfect polished couple. And they said, listen, give them the Affordable Care Act. and give them homosexuality and they'll love you for it. Give them games and they'll love you for it. They'll love you for it. Give them games. They'll love you for it. And we fell hook, line, and sinker. And we ain't recovered from that shit yet. Did a number on us like we'll never ever did before. They paired him with the perfect older white man. Hey, listen, he's going to get mentorship. If he's not ready, he's certainly going to be ready. Give him Biden. Give him goddamn Biden. Biden can't even govern his own household. Motherfucking son was doing cocaine. Nigga, he was doing coke. They found coke in the White House. They found coke in the White House. And we was like, no worries, no problems. Nigga, if they would have found coke in the White House when Trump is in office, all hell would break loose. All hell would break loose. They said you got to be able to get a good victory. You need something to cement your legacy. It's got to be more than the Affordable Care Act. Nobody will remember that. Got to serve you one up on a plate. United States of America has had the most advanced military ever in history, and they told us that they could not find Osama bin Laden. They said, hey, Obama, he signed off on killing Osama bin Laden when we finally found him. Well, where is he at? We dumped him in the sea. We buried him in the sea. So you telling me that the motherfucker that y'all said, not that I'm a believing, the motherfucker that y'all said is responsible for the death of so many of our troops here in the United States of America. Y'all just dumped this nigga at sea? Well, it's customary to dump him at sea. Man, what the fuck is we doing, bro? What is we doing? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to realize that your life is in shambles because of a series of finesses that you fell for? Not even a series of decisions that you made, a series of finesses that you fell for. Because I'm going to give you grace today. First day of the year, I'm going to give you grace. You know why I'm going to give you grace? You know why I'm going to give you grace? Because I was once on the plantation also. I was once a believer because I was conditioned from my family to believe that this is what we do. It doesn't matter what your values are. Doesn't matter if you believe in God. Doesn't matter if you don't believe in homosexuality. Doesn't matter if you stand for righteousness. It doesn't matter if you actually want better for your kids. No matter what, no matter who, we vote blue. That's what we do. No matter what, no matter who, we vote blue. That's what we do. I was once a part of it. And even when my instincts and even when my Holy Ghost, saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, speaking in tongues as the Spirit of God give utterance, hallelujah. Even when my Holy Ghost told me, Anton, this ain't right. Pay attention. Wake up. Black people was never supposed to be liberal. Black people don't even believe in that shit. Kamala Harris is flying over to Ghana and pushing an alphabet community agenda, and black women are praising him for that. She flew over to African countries. At the very least, let them have their sexuality. God damn, everything else was taken from the fucking place. You took all of the diamonds. You took all of the gold. You took the rich soil. You took the goddamn people from over there in Africa. Now you over there pushing homosexuality. What else do you want? It wasn't enough for you to take the resources. It wasn't enough for you to displace the people. Now you want their soul. You want generational curses on the people. This is how demonic these people are. You don't just want everything. You want everything. Now you want to push an agenda. Why? There's nothing else for you to take from the people. There's nothing else for you to take from the people. all. At all. And you pushing this agenda worldwide, international. Why? Because you'll sit there and tell me that you believe in her, but she don't even believe in what your son is supposed to be. Why? I was watching the New Year's Eve ball drop. Let me tell you why I got right back to work, because I was going to go to sleep last night. This is true. This is real. Listen to me. Listen, let's talk. I was watching the New Year's Eve ball drop, the New York ball drop. The first thing that they turned to was two men kissing on the camera right after the ball dropped on New Year's Eve. I turned that shit off and I got right back to work. I said, my people need me. We got to get this money so that we can invest in the people, and we need to put together all of the things that the people need, because this is a war against principalities and the agendas are strong. This is a war against principalities and the agendas are strong. I promise you. I told your car. I texted him last night. I said, listen, I'm going to go ahead and get back to you. Give me an hour. We about to get back to work. I said in about an hour, we about to get back to work. And then right after that, I started back sending them an hour. We about to get back to work. Fuck what y'all talking about. Not about to be sitting here playing this game. We got to work, man. It's time to work. The only way we ever gonna get there is that we got to get educated. We got to get off the fucking plantation, and we got to get some money. We got to get some money, man. Seriously. Fuck all of this propaganda, activist bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit no more. That's over. We need some money. Real talk. We got to get some money in y'all pockets so that you'll be able to make the change that you need in your own household, in your own community, and in your own environments. We got to be able to really keep the assets contained. We got to really understand what we going to do and why we going to do it, because we have an obligation. Listen to what I'm saying. This is how we going to start this fucking year off. We got an agenda to achieve, and we got an obligation. And one of the obligations that we have is that we have to make this world better than the people that came behind us or before us. Because the only thing that a lot of people did, and this is how they sold us, they said that you just got to focus on having fun and living a good life. They gave you HIV, they gave you herpes. They told you that, listen, it don't really matter because you'll be able to solve for it anyway. And listen, want more money, want to do this, want to do that. No. I want to understand what the legacy is that I'm going to leave, because this earth has to be a better place as a result of me being here. And I have an obligation, a duty, because that is the only thing that we have in this world, is an obligation and a duty to do better than the people that came before us. And if we don't do that, and it don't mean that you can't have fun in the meantime. It don't mean that we're not going to party. It don't mean that we're not going to ball out. It don't mean that we're not going to have a good time. But what the fuck can you do for me if I can't even help you get no money? And you're going to see some ops with no profile picture. We timing that shit out. You're going to see some ops with no profile picture that try to discover you, or try to discourage you. They're going to try to convince you that, listen, don't listen to this shit. Don't listen to it, because it ain't like you're going to get nothing anyway. Those is ops. Anybody that's in your life, in real life or online, that try to prevent you from being successful, that try to discourage you from doing the right thing, that try to nag you out and tell you that it ain't gonna matter anyway, that you shouldn't participate, fuck them. Leave them behind, and we got work to do. Fuck them. Leave them behind. We got work to do. We not gonna sit here negotiating with the enemy. We not negotiating with ops no more. We not negotiating with people no more. We gonna continue to do what we do, and we gonna run this shit up, and we gonna be better than the year before. We spread about. We fragmented. We all over the place. We believe in multiple different gods and denominations. We don't have no kind of community, no kind of togetherness. We don't believe in nothing. We ain't got no fucking leaders. Ain't nobody that can actually give us a word or give us the game or anything like that. We just everywhere. We just everywhere. We just all over the place. Warring with each other. Now it's time to separate ourselves. We're not going to continue to fall for the bullshit. We're not going to continue to be on the plantation. We're not going to continue to go for all of the propaganda. We're going to start educating ourselves. We're going to run up this bag. We're going to make some informed decisions, and we're going to have fun doing it. And we're going to fucking take over the world. They don't got to believe. They don't have to believe. It's not for them. It's for you. It's not for them. It's for you. It's not for them. It's not for them. And this ain't a black or a white conversation. This is a righteous versus an unrighteous conversation. It's work. It's work. Get to work. Get to work. We did a lot of plan. We did a lot of lollygagging and the shenanigans. We got to work. It's time to work. It's time to get to work. It's an on year. We on. All right? Read some of these super chats. Get y'all up out of here for the day. That's the way we starting off the year. Mama says white libs are cowards. They have others to be the face of corruption, so they don't get locked up if the fraud gets caught, and then they throw them away for the new. That's actually pretty true. Yours Eric TV says she was mad about the Nigerian bombing they asked for. Paper Cup says, when I was a detective, the citizens called me and my partner pit bulls. We would have loved to have this case assigned to us. They would not know which way is up. And when they leave the interview room, and I just joined the page, shout out to the bag chasers, man. Shout out to all of the new Patreon members. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Man, you busting 2026 wide open today, says DJ Ace Productions. What up, Ace? McPack Lovin says, I just joined the Patreon and hopefully to level up and becoming a bag chaser in 2026. Carrington Love Jr. says, please let us know the date for the return of the in-studio Anton. That's Monday. In studio, we going back in the studio Monday. White Shirt AD, we need to get back. This is great independent platform, bro. Why are all their foreheads so big? AR is back, says, are they doing the blade dance? Boss up and get this money. Dante says you are 100% correct about Somalia. 49% of their population is married to their first cousin or second, and it gets worse in rural areas. DKGB14 says, have a sister with special needs is beyond sickening. These people steal from those who are actually in need. Try the stock market, better hustle. Sterling says, Happy New Year, AD. My dog, you're the hardest working man I ever seen in my life. I learned a lot from you, bro. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for supporting the platform. T. Robinson says, AD, you have to talk about how these Africans come in the U.S. Embassy in Queens, New York, and when they can't pay what they owe, go on a run countrywide. Mama says most white libs have money. They make policies to hold back others. And also poor whites, they look down on others even if they get money through fraud and theft. Breezy, what up, Breezy, says 100% facts. I completely agree. This is an insult to everyone's intelligence. Get them out. Nurse, what up, Nurse K? Nurse KJ says, Happy New Year, AD. You look so pretty. In 2025, I finished paying down my $70,000 of student loans, and I am currently cash flowing my degree to be a nurse practitioner. Get that money, girl. Get that money. That's what I love to see. Thanks for leading by example. 2026 finna be epic. Dante says, if all American tax dollars are going to fraud in the federal government, why are we paying taxes? Imagine California, New York, and Chi-Town billions, maybe even $1 trillion. Trumpinator says, just stop just accepting and push back. Gifted my husband a subscription to the Bag Chasers. What up, modern Mrs. Life? What up, the modern Mrs. Life? I love you. DKGB says Bondi needs to untuck that tail over the Epstein files and start filing some charges going to state. AR's Beck says they didn't give us any Michelle. They gave us big Mike Obama. Y'all a mess. Bill Clinton got votes just from playing the saxophone, says Abe the Hunter. Anime Reviews 502 says, Anton, I'm rejoining the Bag Chasers Patreon 2026, trying to learn about content creation. What video is the best from your Patreon for content creators? I got a content creator series in there. I literally have a content creator series in there. I'm going to group it all up for you to make it easier for you to find by the end of the day. I got you. When is the best time to visit Detroit? Summer, spring, summer. Happy New Year, says Melissa. Happy New Year, says Melissa from a conservative. What up to my snow bunnies, my conservative snow bunnies, who will never hold a sign for a light bulb shade head pirate who hates America. Talk about it, my ladies. Matthew Adams says, preach, brother Anton. Nirvana, Tyler, Texas. I'm going to guess that's TX. I'm going to just say TX. How should Trump be punished for pushing gayness on MAGAs by appointing gay man Scott Bessent to one of y'all's leaders? Destiny says, can you end us with a prayer? It's been a minute. I got you. What is that? Rashana Shelton says, Happy New Year. Love your show. Stay blessed. What's up, baby? What's up, baby girl? Cynthia Haynes says, President Obama came to Flint Northwestern High School. I heard on the news proudly and loudly telling President Obama I loved him. Hope and joy was my impression of our first black president. My heart is literally broken. Lisa, what up, Lisa? Says, thank you, AD, for motivating me to be debt-free. Worked on my budget to pay off everything but my house this year. Happy blessed New Year to you and Rita. Happy New Year to you and be blessed, baby. And I'm glad for you. AD, you cooking and hell is mad. We see it all in the chat. Keep it up. Nichelle, yeah. Chase Barnes says 2026, we ain't taking it anymore. Facts. JL Jr. says, Happy New Year, AD. I'm gonna get this middle grade book published this year and become the big time author you'll see. I believe you. All right, well, listen. It's been a great show. I'm going to give y'all the Cliff Notes show today. We back at it tomorrow. And we doing after hours tonight on New Year's. Let's end this with a prayer. Lord, we thank you for an opportunity to make it to this new year. And we praise you. We acknowledge you. We'll never deny you. You have always been at the forefront of our life. Been through a lot of things. They tried to act like that we wasn't going to get there, but we proved them wrong in every facet of the word. Wrong. It was wrong about us. They've been wrong about you. But the thing that we ask in a day is for clarification. We want clarity. We want growth. We want wisdom, insight, and direction and instruction. And when we get that direction and instruction, give us unquestioned obedience to follow your word, regardless of what they try to do to distract us and try to get us off our pivot and get us off our paths. Bless us with resources, finances, and then give us the character that'll keep us where our talent is going to take us, and bless us to do the right thing when we then get it. We love you. We appreciate you. You are the greatest. God is the greatest. And Jesus is King. And we will never, ever, under any circumstances, succumb to the devils and the demons that they try to throw at us, because we are the children of the light. We are righteous. And more importantly, you said where 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, there you are in the midst of us. We love you. We appreciate you. And we ask for everything in Jesus' name. Amen. I love you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to Matthew for hitting the Patreon. I am going to see you guys tonight. Do not become distracted. Stay on your pivot and make sure you get you an accountability partner. If you are a part of the Patreon, make sure you join the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description of any of the most recent videos. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's go get it, man.